Hi, Sunset here, and I wanted to talk about Toby and the time when he first appears. Really, we know he appears back in the Nine Tail when it gets loose, when the barrier and all that shit with Kushina is up, and he gets very kills all the Ambu, get blah blah blah, gets into a fight and so on. But the point is, I mean, if we look at him, just almost pictures from back then, is that he has this mask with kind of black flames on it, or whatever you want to call those black marks, and he has long hair, and overall he looks younger than he does now, on a certain way. He he kind of is younger for me, at least in my mind when I see it. Um, he's there for one purpose only: to get the nine-tailed fox and attack. He's not there to do the Moonside plan. He's to attack and erase the Hidden Leaf Village. Nothing more. What happened to the Moonside plan? Didn't it exist at this point? What made you change your plan to control everyone with a genjutsu? I mean, at this point he immediately attacks the Leaf Village with the Nine Tail. Did he know that they could handle it? So if he knew that they could handle the Nine Tail, why did he attack with the Nine Tail? He must have had a different purpose. I mean, you don't go to attack just to try out the village like, yay, let's try and see if we can beat him. Because he was just fighting the four Hokage while they were fighting the nine-tailed fox, and yeah, it doesn't add up. Why would he all of a sudden be like, oh, I gotta fight this one, and now this one? The nine-tailed fox gets out, he gets control over it, blah blah blah. It starts attacking. Tobi goes to the fourth Kage, stops him from attacking Ninetail, and they start fighting. Why is this so incredibly hard to understand? Because the Tobi we've learned to know is sophisticated, easygoing, and really just a smartass. Because, well, as we know, the Moonside plan, no one thought of it before him, and so on and so on. It's so many things that he has planned out. And here he is quite reckless back in time. If, I mean, he was thinking that he would get the Leaf Village with one attack with a nine-tail fox. Few things to point out is that we know at this time when the nine-tail attack, one of those people we believe to be, um, Toby, isn't there actually, and it's one of those that should be there, and it's Kagami. He's actually the only one that isn't there, and at this point he is not dead, not what they say at least. So where the fuck was he? Um, in the fight between Minato and Tobi, Minato quite says pretty much easy that Tobi has a better teleportation jutsu, more efficient because he doesn't need to do seals and other things to move around. It's just plainly simple, no markings, nothing. He has to do it and can become a ghost whenever the fuck he wants. But Minato learns, doesn't really learn the, well, he doesn't really learn the secret, but he quite get an understanding over it. And you wonder, the thing we don't know is how close is it to Minato's jutsu? How good lookalike is it to it? To me, it doesn't look like they're anything similar at all. People have been pointing out that Tobi's jutsu, teleportation jutsu, is from his eye. Um, I'm not so sure of that, but sure, it seems like that because in every animation, it's always like this wind to his eye. Um, I don't know. One question that I ask myself every single time, it doesn't really add up, is why Like, through the whole freaking Naruto history, never, ever has anyone chosen chains cuffed to their hands ever as a weapon. So it would be quite easy to, if we knew had some story, we could have looked back and tried to get a better story up for someone with using chains. But um, that might not help at all. But it would still give something, I think. But isn't it strange? Why did he choose chains at this fight? I mean, we know later on he mostly doesn't use a weapon until the war begins, when he actually suddenly decides to, hey, I'm gonna go Madara lookalike, and takes the same weapon as Madara. I don't know what it's called. Um, but he goes with that. So why chains here? Is the chains good for something that Minato did? I mean, to honestly, I mean, even if you like get Minato in those chains, I don't believe you will kill him instantly. I mean, come on. It doesn't seem to be that easy to get him down. I'm just thinking like chains, chains. Why chains? The only reason I can see is you would use chains to capture someone. Can it be right? Or is it wrong? And now to the most like thing that really makes me wonder, and so many like made so many people like, what the fuck, the first time we saw it. Um, it's the Setsu part, when after he's gotten Tobi's gotten hit by the Rasengan, and we see his hand is starting to kind of melt to into Setsu, you know, goo or whatever we should call it. And this just only proves one thing: we're looking for someone that is missing an arm, kinda, or a hand. We don't know how much it is actually that is missing. Um, or was it just that he maybe sacrificed an hand to be able to get some Senju DNA? Because we know Setsu is a part of Hashirama, and yeah, it would be quite a good way to get some more of him. Can it be that Tobi is like using Setsu to cover up an old scar, or how we should say that, wound? Why? And while we're on it, um, just want to point out that um, who the who the heck does Setsu look like? I mean, everybody's saying, he's Tobi, who is looking like Tobi, but I'm just wondering who is looking like Setsu. In my mind, there is a lot that looks like Setsu that we know of, but I'm not gonna go in on that at the moment. We're talking about the timeline, so that comes later. Um, at this point in the story as well, we can't forget that, like, um, Tobi already has been talked to the Rain Village, um, Yashiko and Nagato and these Conan, the whole bunch. Well, he has been there for Yashiko and helped him out and so on. So this means by this time he had given away the Rinnegan to Nagato. And since we clearly can see that many people, clearly we can see that he has Senju DNA, and what I've heard and what I've understood, you need Senju DNA to get the Rinnegan. That doesn't necessarily mean that, but you know what? That's how I see it, and if that so is, oh, I'm sorry for that. But if that's true, I can't see why he wouldn't use them. Tobi. Why didn't Tobi get a Rinnegan in the early times? Was it because he wanted to play the puppet master, or was it some other reason that he couldn't use it for something? Because we all know that if he knew about it all this time, Rinnegan, he's pointing out, it's mine. Quite good. Why didn't he take it? Is it because he wanted to stay hidden in the backs? I mean, of Akatsuki? I mean, he could have done that in anyhow. I mean, he was quite powerful already back in this time, and it seems maybe that he was scared of Nagato. I don't know. You tell me. Thanks for watching this time. Next time we're gonna start off with the Hidden Mist Village and try to go from there and out. I know I should have probably put the Hidden Mist Village here, but I don't have time to do that, so I'm sorry for that. Leave a comment, favorite and like, and I'll see you next time.